And there's one more thing, and mind you, I like J.D. Vance. He has great potential. However, there's one thing he didn't mention in his speech, which is this. That's the Nord Stream pipeline. So tell me how you can sit in Germany at the Munich Security Conference and berate European countries and leaders and not mention this, okay? Not mention this, the biggest attack on European infrastructure ever in history. Looking at Nord Stream here, looking at this map, the amount of countries that were involved in this, we believe during the Baltops 22 NATO drill, which is where the explosives were prepped and then were detonated later during Northern Coast's drill in September of 2022. So how many countries were involved in that NATO drill? Well, all of the NATO members. So they're all involved, and because they're all involved, everybody's keeping their mouth shut. That's kind of how it works. But this was absolutely, if you believe Seymour Hersh, award-winning, Pulitzer Prize-winning investigative journalist, if you believe the general gist of his story, the general gist, you'll know this was a U.S.-led operation. J.D. Vance, vice president, no mention of the Nord Stream pipeline. That has done tremendous damage to the European economy. Taking that offline, all of a sudden making them dependent on, wait a minute, hold on, United States supplied liquefied natural gas. So the Nordstream sabotage bailed out the U.S. fracking industry, bailed out the U.S. LNG industry, and U.S. became the top supplier of gas at a higher premium, of course. It's more expensive to ship it across the Atlantic than it is to get cheap, reliable Russian gas via the Nord Stream 1 and 2 pipelines. So what happened? Well, German businesses left. German industry left Germany. Some of it left to the United States. So who benefited? As they say in Latin, qui bono. Qui bono, who benefited from the Nord Stream sabotage? The United States of America materially benefited. Not just benefited, made out like bandits.